you doing? You all right back there?
Jesus, you're going the wrong way!
You just rest. It's all under control.
I am the way.
Smile on the podium, promise reform, but the stock trades are booming, a financial storm. Man with her papers, Epstein in the shade, conflicts of interest in the deals they made. Two-faced riches lining their pockets, preach to the people but cash in the lockets. Say one thing then flip the script, public trust sinking while their wallets get thin. Margins for my bets before the big shot, Pelosi's gains climb and connect the dots. They legislate loudly but whisper to banks, we're left with the fallout, the cashing in banks. Trump's hotels ringing cash registers loud, family deals hidden under the crowd. Luther and Bird with pandemic stock, selling off shares before the shock. Bondi known as Epstein shade, justice for sale and the deals they made. Conflicts of interest, the anthem we shout, expose the corruption, let's call it out. Step right up, see the inside of the show. Politicians profit while the rest don't know. It's a circus of greed, a carnival crime. We'll laugh as we sing, but it's truth every time. Two-faced riches, hypocrisy reigns while we juggle the bills, they're buying new chains. Conflicts of interest, the anthem we shout, expose the corruption, let's call it out. Conflict, conflict, conflict of interest. Conflict, 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 conflict of interest. Oh yeah, yeah, conflict of interest.
Welcome to the War Room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have everybody here tonight. It is, we're going to need more conspiracy theories because everything else has came true. So we're going to need more conspiracy theories and better psyops.
No.
You don't want better psyops?
No. But I think there's going to be more, for sure.
Yeah, so welcome everybody to the War Room. Glad to have you here. We had an amazing day today, a little bit of rain. We have the weather, of course, is bipolar.
Yes, it is.
We really didn't have fall or winter yet. We've kind of had some kind of mixture of, if you take fall and winter and mixed it in a bucket and then poured it, this is kind of like what we're feeling like right now. I know up north they're fixing to get a heat wave, a little bit of a heat wave maybe. We got a lot of flooding in Oregon and up on the northwest coast. That's taking place. I don't see too much coverage on the media. We had we celebrated Hanukkah last night. I don't know if anybody's seen that. We covered that this morning. Right, Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's home. Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's home. Shabbat Shalom, my daddy's home. Yep, so that's where we're at with it. A lot of people are getting real quiet. They don't know what to think right now. What the hell is going on with this?
What's going on?
So everybody's being tested. So watch what you say. All right. Take note of how you express things because they could be construed in a different manner or however they want it to. But Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's home. Let's continue with the show.
Someone asked about Trump's speech tonight. It's tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I think is what they're saying. So we're going to try to end it.
Yeah, we're going to get off here before, or if we're still going, we're going to carry it. But we'll probably get off here before. So I'd love to see what he's got to say. Epstein files come out Friday. So we're expecting World War III by Thursday.
Yeah, they're thinking it might be Venezuela, is what people are predicting. So, because the ship's over there, out there in the seas. Yeah, and apparently Pete Hesmith wouldn't release the tape, the video of the.
Pete Hegseth released the damn video, man.
Yeah,
I thought you said it was the most transparent
of
administration in American history.
the tank being blown up. So
He
he
can't
won't release it.
He won't release it. Shit. It's
Yeah,
kind of.
gotta
It
come up
seems to
with
be a like.
something.
We're gonna have to do
And the
like.
Epstein stuff's gonna come supposedly get, so they have to have something
Oh, they
big
gotta
come out.
create some fireworks show, big ass fireworks show. You know.
And where was that? Where the levee broke?
Yeah, we're fixing to pull that up right now.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, major
Yeah.
levees breaching. It looks like a North Carolina on the East Coast.
North Carolina?
Yeah, it's North Carolina repeated all over again, but on the East or West Coast. I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the exact.
Level 3 go. There are hundreds of people in their pajamas now going there, trying to get buses together. For those of you who have already lost your cars, this is the levee in Pacific has broken. You need to go now. This is a level 3 go. There are hundreds of people in their pajamas now going there, trying to get buses together. For those of you who have already lost your cars, this is not like Tequila. This is a big one. There are now well over 1,000 residents here behind me who are emptying out. There's a helicopter overhead giving orders. If you get this and you are anywhere around White River, this is the one that's fed by Mud Mountain, you need to go now. It is a large area. You can go to KC Emergencies. I don't know if they have it on there. I'm going to the King County Emergency Alerts map. You can see it there, but if you've received a text, go now. The water is rising fast. This is not like Tequila. This is a serious one. You need to go. The levee in Pacific has broken. You need to go now. This is a level 3 go. There are hundreds of people in their pajamas now going there, trying to get.
All right, so that's what we're dealing with. Okay. East Coast. Is this the other, the blackouts, multi-states?
Washington State is really bad.
All right, we covered this as well. The blackouts in Colorado. This is a plan because of the wind.
We just got a notification from our electric company. There was a possibility of that. So.
Oh, our power going out?
Yeah, they're saying stay prepared. So.
Prepared for what? Shit.
That's what I just read you right before the show. I was like, man, our electric company's saying to be
good thing I got a generator.
Possible blackouts. Yeah.
Imagine that. Like the timing is just like, wow.
Yeah.
If you can't see the timing versus what's taking place in the world around you, like in our country right now as we speak.
Yeah, well, didn't they say that was going to happen? Yes. And they said there was going to be a World War III scenario, right? And that's, I think, is coming up too.
Yeah, because that's all Albert Pike, you know.
Yeah.
Well, look on the bright side, guys. Shabbat Shalom, your daddy's home. That's all. You ain't got to worry about. You got the footage of the. Oh, here it is. Let me show you the flooding here.
Thursday.
That's all over again. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Look at that. Hey, anybody need some gas? Don't get gas from there, everybody. And then let me go ahead and read this for you. All right, so the flooding in the Pacific Northwest is far worse than what is being reported. Right? Imagine that, right? So where's the national news coverage? Where's FEMA? Where's the National Guard? Well, the National Guard apparently is in Syria. Today, December 16th, this is the latest situation across British Columbia, Montana, Oregon, Idaho, and Washington State. Billions of gallons of water per second have roared through the 5 U.S. states and 1 Canadian province. Flood differences have been overwhelmed in towns across the Pacific Northwest. This is Sumas, Washington on December 12th, 2025. So this was a scene in Sumas, Washington at the weekend, this past weekend. All right, so this morning, 3 Seattle suburbs were evacuated as a levee on the Green River has failed. With yet more rain forecast, authorities are scrambling to emergency repairs. So in Oregon, landslides, again, here's some more landslides, have swept buildings and trees into the rivers. So if this looks familiar, then you're probably getting flashbacks of what took place in Asheville, North Carolina. Silts River, Depot Bay, Oregon. This is the 13th. Whole sections of highways have been washed away across multiple states. December 16th, this was yesterday. Asheville, right? Remember this?
Yeah, exactly.
Doing this shit again. So this is Highway 2 near Turnwater Canyon, Washington, today, December 16th, or yesterday, December 16th. Libby, Montana. The Auburn area in Washington State has been particularly badly hit. So local news crews have done their best to cover the events, but most national networks have ignored the disaster. Ashford, British Columbia, December 15, 2025. Farms, homes, and livelihoods destroyed, many in remote rural communities of the Northwest. Farms, homes, and livelihoods. So whilst the National Guard has been deployed quickly elsewhere, there has been no statement on the flooding from the White House as of yet. Right. So they're having Christmas parties at the White House, and they haven't even addressed this.
They haven't even talked about it now.
Shit. What does that tell you?
It's a lot.
It tells you everything you need to know. And like I said this morning, like they love the every 500-year storms, right? They like calling them that, but this is happening every few months. So at the Valley Golf, the Snuqualin Valley Golf Center, Washington, they now travel through the clubhouse by boat. With more rain falling from a second atmospheric river, there may be worse still to come. This is the falls we showed the other night, or maybe during the morning chat. This is the highest, the most gallons per minute they've ever seen going through there. That's not what it's supposed to look like. While national news is looking elsewhere, FEMA is gutted, and the federal government saying nothing.
Nothing at all.
Except for Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's home. That's it. Anyways, let's continue.
If anyone knows anyone,
Prayers.
Please keep us updated.
Yep.
And prayers for everyone.
We have locals in the chat that send us videos of their properties being approached upon.
Yes. And if we can help in any way, or if we have something going that we can all get together on to help these people, please reach out to us.
Las Vegas streets are flooding.
So Remember they had the race weekend just here recently in Vegas. So they think this is how they're clearing out the homeless tunnels right before racing weekend. They're just flushing them out of the tunnels. Ain't that disgusting?
Yeah.
Because they know that there's people in those that live in them damn tunnels. And it's bad for their tourism. It doesn't look good.
They're mole people.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I just watched a documentary on the mole people.
So they're flooding people out of those tunnels. Where do they go, though? Where do they end up?
They said, the video I watched in the mole people, I can't remember what state they were in, but they live in the tunnels, yeah, and it's dark. And they say it floods. Some people die in there.
And we flood every time we get a sprinkle. But it is unusual for us to have this many storms this late in the year. It's
This was
impacting flights
30
at the
days ago.
airport. The wind is gusting.
Nobody said
And
anything.
we're in day 2 or 3. And after about day 3, Vegas starts to fall apart. The National Weather Service is beginning to issue flood and flash flood advisory for parts of southern Nevada. And people are starting to freak out about F1 because it begins in a little over 48 hours. It is worth noting that most of the flood footage you're going to see is from right here around the link. And this was built to be a flood channel. So it should flood. It's meant to handle the standing water. What no one planned for is that this could happen in late November during one of the busiest weeks of the entire year, well after monsoon season is already over, and hundreds of thousands of people will be walking through these areas in 2 days, and there will be a massive race on the streets. Share your thoughts in the comments and follow me for all the Vegas.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah, this happened 30 days ago. There were some more floods in Canada, Vancouver, maybe.
In Canada?
Yeah. Hundreds of miles of roads and bridges are washed out. People are already cut off, and it's supposed to rage all week. The black dots below represent dams that are measuring. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be downstream from one of the damn dams.
No.
He who controls the weather controls the world. Our fearless leader right here, LBJ. All right.
That was sarcastic. Yeah, they just ignore us.
All right.
Yeah.
So the revolt against flock cameras has started. The U.S. cities saying no to surveillance contracts are San Marcos, Texas, Austin, Texas, Hayes County, Texas, Norfolk, Virginia, Sedona, Arizona, Oak Park, Illinois, Evanston, Illinois, Scottsdale, New York, Hayes County, Texas. I think I already said that already. Mesa County, Colorado, Mount Lake Terrace, Washington, Olympia, Washington, Redmond, Washington, Linwood, Washington, Stanwood, Washington, Winnetachee, Washington, Springfield, Oregon, Eugene, Oregon, Woodburn, Oregon. Is that probably why they're getting flooded? This is where all the storms are?
Yeah.
Lane County, you don't want the flock? Okay. Longmont, Colorado, and Cambridge, Massachusetts. The word is spreading. The resistance is growing. Communities are waking up to the dangers of mass surveillance. Just say no to flock.
Yeah, the flock cameras. Everyone's waking up to those. They're everywhere.
Yeah. Defund flock.
Yeah, they have petitions going around. I saw one on Facebook for every city.
So here's a disclosure video that's coming out in the movie, and then the numbers add up to 6. I know it's 6/6/2026. This trailer for this movie, Disclosure Day. We do not own the rights, copyrights to the material being presented. Educational purposes only. Disclosure Day.
If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you?
Was that a Cardinal?
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Let's today. is today's.
Today, Junior.
People have a right to know the truth. It belongs to 7 billion people.
What is it?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. So I'm gonna show you.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world. All at once.
People keep wondering. Encountering the unknown.
They're coming! They're coming!
They are starved for the truth.
Do you think there could be others?
Why would he make such a vast universe? Yet save it only for us?
There you go. Summer of 2026. Yeah. The numbers equal to 6, 6, 6, something like that. I can't remember. Oh, let's see if it has the date right here. 6/12/26. My bad. Could probably still. That's supposed to be in theaters on 6/12/26. That was interesting.
Alone. If someone showed you, proved it to you.
Right there, a little cardinal came through the window. That's what I thought, but it was a robot. Y'all see that? That's what we talked about this morning. How they look at that thing.
Well, I'm saying you guys.
See it?
And saying they're from the firewall.
Would that frighten you?
So that's D-Class Disclosure Day coming soon to a theater.
The like button on the video, please. Yeah, millions being impacted by this atmospheric river that we've been talking about now for a couple of days. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about this, but you know, it's the biggest deal going on right now with regard to weather in the western United States. I know it's quiet down here in Arizona, but you can see this big, massive trough coming in following the high winds that took out the power last night during the overnight hours. There are literally hundreds of thousands of people up here with no power. And from what I'm hearing, they're not sure when the power is going to be restored for a lot of these areas. Big time situation going on up here that is not good. And there's a blizzard on the way down in Oregon and parts of Washington. Of course, these are in the elevation, so to speak, but this is just 1 hour. They're looking at possibly 5 inches of snow. This is tomorrow night during, I don't know, right around midnight. 4, 5, 6 inches of snow coming down at around in a 3-hour window. But blizzard-like conditions in parts of central Washington, Oregon. The rain has still been coming down, like we talked about yesterday. Flooding in Oregon, and yes, the floodwaters did indeed show up. You can see the purple now down here in Oregon. That means major flood stage. Those were not like that yesterday. They're like that now because of the rain they've received today. So they will more than likely see that foot of rain in parts of Oregon, like we talked about yesterday over here at ventusguide.com. There's still another 6 to 7 inches of rain to come down here in west central Oregon. More rain up in the Seattle area, western Seattle, looking at possibly 3 inches. Seattle itself, pretty good for the next 24 hours, but that's not counting the power outages. Look at the power outages up here all over the entire state. These are counties in the state of Washington. 20 counties, the entire state, side to side, dealing with power outages. You have got to be kidding me. It is no joke. Looking at Oregon. What's going on, David? Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. That's super cool. Look at all the power outages in Oregon. And there's flooding in some of these counties where there's power outages. The rain has let up for the time being, but it's raining lightly in the Portland area, north of Seattle. This is an interactive map over here at poweroutage.us. But yeah, multiple power outages, especially in Tillamook County, west of Portland. Unbelievable situation going on. Let's go over to Montana. Montana was unaffected this morning whenever I got up. These are the counties in Montana. Look at that. No joke. Multiple counties all throughout Montana from the high winds that blew through. These high winds were no joke. And in some areas, they were talking the high winds in excess of 70 miles an hour. Unbelievable. And once again, when I got up this morning, there were 592,000 customers offline just between Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. They have been dealing with it now for going on 24 hours. But the majority of these power outages started last night, of course, when it was dark. There's no good time for a power outage, especially when it's dark at night when we need lights. And of course, we need electricity anyway. But if it's cold, you're going to need heat unless you've got a wood stove. I used to heat my house with a wood stove many years ago, and it is a job. It's tough. And it's especially tough to do in the dark if you've got no power. So the situation continues. Roads still closed up here in the state of Washington. No time to give people when these roads are going to open back up. There's several roads up here in northern Washington, in the western Seattle, or I'm sorry, east of Seattle. All of these black exclamation points, exclamation marks, are roads that are closed pretty much indefinitely. The reds are high water. So again, the situation is just off the hook. Looking at this river here in Oregon, we weren't talking about flooding rivers in Oregon yesterday, but today that's the scenario. The situation has gotten way out of hand. Here's a river right here in the area that we talked about in this valley, east of Newburgh and Hillsboro, south and east of Portland. Look at this river peaking on the 19th at 25.24 inches. That is major flood stage. Right now, it's not anticipated to be a record. However, the rain has not all came yet. Once all the rain comes to this area, they could be seeing possible records in some of these rivers that are already cresting or going to be cresting here in the next 24 to 48 hours in major territory. Here's another river, Hood River, near Hood River, going up to 16.2, and the record is 20.6. Again, up here in this light purple, that is major flood stage, so that's going to be problematic. Here's another river looking at Johnson Creek near Sycamore, 14.8. That is definitely major flood stage, and the record is 15.3. So very, very close to a record. That's right now. That's not counting the 6 inches of rain that they're talking about getting right over here in the next 48 hours. So factor in the 6 inches of rain on top of the rain that they've already got, and you kind of get the picture.
Yeah, get the picture. Get to pray for these people.
Yes.
Right,
these rivers are going to.
We hope it. So that's Mr. MBB333 on YouTube. Go give them a follow. I better click the all on there. Make sure I get all notifications here. All right, and
the anti-Zionist train is leaving the station. Libertarians are on the train. Democrats are on the train. Independents are on the train. Middle-aged people are on the train. Young people are on the train. Progressives are on the train. A large segment of conservatives are now on the train. Candace Owens followers are on the train. Tucker Carlson's followers are on the train. Jimmy Dore's followers are on the train. Joe Rogan's followers are on the train. Dave Chappelle's followers are on the train. Billions of people worldwide are on the train leaving the Zionist cult. I'll leave you with this. Back in 1995, Christian Zionists Tim LaHaye and Jerry Jenkins wrote a book about the rapture called Left Behind. Well, now it's 2025, and the trains are pulling out of the Schofield's phony Israel doctrine. So as it turns out, it will be the Christian Zionists who are left behind.
That's where we're at. All right, and then we hear the propaganda. Of course, people got something to say about them mentioning train. You might not want to use the train analogy for 6 million Jews who were put on trains to be murdered in the Holocaust, right? They always want to bring up the Holocaust. They don't want to talk about the millions of Christians that were killed during the Bolshevik Revolution, right? They don't want to talk about the millions upon millions of Christians that were murdered. They want you to just remember the 6 million Jews, right? And rightfully so. Nobody should be put through any kind of gas chambers, loaded on a train, or anything like that. But putting this insensitivity aside, anti-Zionism, a hate movement, it is not criticism of policy. Democrat societies allow for criticism of governments that should not allow the incitement of hate. What's funny is you can hate everyone but them, right? Like, you can talk about Christians, you can talk about Muslims online, you can talk about anything you want to, but you can't talk about a certain group, right? And people are getting fed up with it, right? They're starting to see through the bullshit. And then she goes on to say, anti-Zionism is the demonization, the delegitimization, and the double standards placed on Israel. Anti-Zionism is a hate movement that incites violence towards Jews. Any religious leader who supports this is creating hell on earth for the Jewish people. So if you support that, what he just said, then you're creating hell on earth.
Yeah, cha-ching,
Right.
$7,000.
Right.
Right. And Cat Millionaire says, keep pumping out the vicious propaganda and emotional manipulation. It's not working and is actually doing some good. People's eyes are being opened to the fact that Israel is a subversive terrorist nation. The cat is out of the bag. The toothpaste is out of the tube. And humanity is on a roll. Right. Here we got Tucker talking about wars coming. Imagine that, right?
Yeah, I just sent you some. Yeah, up there.
Tucker Carlson says a member of Congress told him that what Trump is announcing tonight.
Yeah.
So a little sneak peek. So if that's the case, then the timing of it is suspect.
Yeah, exactly.
Very suspect. All right. Oh, all of a sudden we got to go to war. Right? Y'all weren't at war when y'all were all united during COVID and shut everything down. Y'all were pretty unified worldwide then, weren't you? Now we're in the. So we'll share this is live. We'll share that out. We're gonna go see tonight. Let's hope that's not the case, right? Bongino stepping aside. That's another red flag. Something's not right.
Bongino, the FBI deputy director, says that he will be leaving his position in the new year. He made that statement today that he will resign from the Bureau next month, ending a brief and tumultuous tenure in which he clashed with the Justice Department over the handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files and was forced to reconcile the realities of his law enforcement job with provocative claims that he made in his prior role as a popular podcast host. I will be leaving my position with the FBI in January. I want to thank President Trump, AG Bondi, and Director Patel for the opportunity to serve with purpose. Most importantly, I want to thank you, my fellow Americans, for the privilege to serve you. God bless America and all those who defend her. Breaking news regarding Dan Bongino, the FBI.
Well, he tried, right? He just got in there and realized that there ain't shit you can do. It's deeper than you even realize, probably. Yeah. We'll find out. More people will follow. Right, especially after what took place last night. Not that that was any kind of a shocker, but
This man killed 18 people in 2.
So apparently he's going back to his show. I don't know what'll be left of it, and because a lot of people, he hasn't. I think the only thing they really did was the pipe bomber in D.C. was the only really. Other than that,
you will hear people say, "Well, the Social Security number it don't belong to."
Oh, hold on. Yeah, let me put it this way.
Yes. This man struck 3 boats yesterday and 3 boats again today. Pete Hesgift not only struck 6 boats in 24 hours, 18 people, because I was reporting while I was live. I'm sorry. I was reporting while I was live, and there were another boat strike took place, right? I need you to understand how bad this is about to get. It's already bad, but it's about to hit soil. Baby, we're at 100. We're at 100 people that we have unalive since September 2nd. Pete Hesgift announced to everybody that he's not going to allow the Pentagon to release the video footage of September 2nd, and then he hit more boats. Itchy taught me a very, 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 very important word. Itchy did it. Itchy did it. Itchy did it. It is stochastic terrorism. Stochastic terrorism. Stochastic terrorism describes how influential figures use mass media to spread hostile, often dehumanizing rhetoric that incites unpredictable, statistically probable acts of violence from lone actors, while the speaker maintains plausible deniability by avoiding direct calls to action, allowing them to remain insulated from accountability. It's a form of camouflage incitement where demonization, dehumanization, and violent speech become normalized, eventually leading ideologically aligned individuals to commit acts like J6. Ah, shit! Now let's go over it. Bondi Beach. Sorry, Australia. I don't know how to talk Australia. Leave me alone. 15 people on the live. Son and dad duo. I want you to think 42 people sent to the hospital. It was Hanukkah. These are Jewish people. Please. There have never been a mass shooting in fucking Australia. They ain't got no fucking guns. Same day as Brown University. 8 people killed, 15 people hospitalized.
A mass shooting in Australia and they don't even have guns. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
They don't have the shooter. Trump announced before he was even caught that the shooter was taken into custody. So the students were out and about and the shooter was still shooting. Please. Is that what happened with Charlie Kirk? You don't want to put puzzle pieces together, that's fine. I'm putting them together because this is what they did right before they went into the situation of World War II, and they started with the havoc in the United States. The 1920s and the 1930s were called the Roaring 20s and the 30s. They was burning down buildings and every shit in the fucking in between. And the government was going in, the National Guard, shooting civilians. Ludlow, Colorado, Oklahoma, you had Wilmington, North Carolina, everything. No. You got to tell me a president, this only happens under Trump. Tell me a president that has said that they have confiscated or conducted. Tell me when we ain't never get a school shooter. Something's gonna happen by Christmas. Bitch, something might happen by December 19th. I ain't even gonna hold you. My people got bug out bags and they got an emergency binder. What you got? And with the flooding that's taking place in the PNW and nobody's talking about it to the point where people are being evacuated, man, it's still hurricane season. There's no snow in Colorado. This man killed 18 people in 2 days. This man struck 3 boats yesterday and 3 boats again today.
Right. Just fixing to hit the fan. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Like that one song, what was that you said earlier in the shoot, Tony? You're talking about, let's see here, where's it at? I think you were talking about singing Christmas carols.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
That's something like that. Here is.
As a Jewish person, I don't feel safe right now. And it's not because I'm outside of Columbia University. It's because of the crimes of the state of Israel. Don't get it twisted. It's not that Israel is unsafe because it's Jewish. Jews are unsafe because of Israel. That's what happens when a country uses Judaism as a cover for its ongoing oppression, dispossession, dehumanization, and killing of the Palestinian people. It puts Jews everywhere in danger. Free Palestine.
So that's what they're doing when they say they are Jews, but they are not. Synagogue of Satan. So that's what they're talking about. They're hiding amongst the people and claiming to be something they are not. Right? You can't say nothing about like, man, it's America. Dan Bongino, see a little bit of war tonight. Maybe we'll see a little bit of war on TV. They're probably going to entertain us with some war on TV. Something to take the attention off of the stuff that the people are wanting to take. Every time we get close to getting something done or the people's voices start being heard, they take back control over the situation and the narrative. When we're kicking their ass in the narrative wars, folks. Straight up. We're beating billion and trillion dollar industries. They invested a lot of money in this shit. And we're doing it just with the support of the people. They don't have the support of the people. They have just the support of the corporations and the big donors and the money that goes into the pockets of the mainstream media in order to tell you a bunch of lies. Right? So the people have spoken. The people are speaking from all backgrounds, like I just played. All different platforms are waking up. Left, right, you name it. We're waking up. Thank you.
Missionaries of America.
I'm grateful for what took place last night with the Happy Hanukkah Christmas party, whatever the hell that was. Little gathering with Epstein's neighbors. I'm glad that took place because now it's no longer a conspiracy. But at the same time, just watch how you react to it because they want you to react to it and say certain things about them so they can go, see, that's why we needed to sign the executive order to combat anti-Semitism. Or right. So the answer is I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm just anti-satanic. Right.
Time to wake the fuck up and lock the fuck in because nobody is coming to save us. Not today, not tomorrow, next week, not next year. You know why? Because the Republicans in Congress know what is going on is absolutely atrociously terrifying on all fucking levels, yet they are absolute fucking cowards who are going to continue to sit on their fucking hands while fascism takes over America. We just watched every four-star general in the U.S. sit on their fat fucking hands while Donald Trump not only insulted them, but called for all-out war against democratic cities. We are in the shit, y'all. We are in the mud. We are in the weeds. And ain't nobody coming to help us. No one. So lock the fuck in, wake the fuck up, and start fighting back. If you have funds in a stock portfolio, liquidate all of your assets and put them in an FDIC immediately. Stop going to big box stores. No more Walmart. Fuck your dreams of Christmas this year. Sorry, this is more important. Stop buying from conglomerates. Stop buying stocks. And take the fight back to these motherfuckers.
Conflict. People are waking up. That's what I'm talking about. See, some people just wanted to be left alone. They just wanted to just live the rest of their life in peace and just raise their families and just be good Americans every single day, right? But you're forcing people into a situation, which is awesome because people are waking back up to their power, which is in them. Each one of us, our voices, we've been tacit quiet for too long, right? Keep in mind, we come from the silent generation. Our great grandparents came from the silent generation. Let's reverse that.
In 1935, we were sold out to the synagogue.
This happened during the silent generation, right? When we were all that this generation, right? They didn't say anything. I think that's what the whole thing's really about.
In 1935, we were sold out to the synagogue of Satan, betrayed by our own president when the Banking Act of 1935 was written into law by FDR, Franklin Roosevelt. He sold us out, and you want to know who his U.S. Secretary of Treasury was? Oh, it was a Jewish banker by the name of Henry Morgenthau, who's happened to sit on the Board of Governors, who owned the Federal Reserve so they could print more money and tax us to death. He sold us out, that bastard. And since that time, we have not been a free nation, but you want to know, there was one man who stood up to the synagogue who was going to cast the money changers out. That man was Father Coughlin.
We are opposed to the printing press, and we are opposed to the fountain pens of the Federal Reserve bankers. Is that right? Who then is the inflationist? Roosevelt or the National Union? I dare you and challenge you to organize so that the people, if not the president, would drive the money changers from the temple, and you did it.
So we have the power, right? Especially when we stand united, not these clowns that are hide behind a religion so that right? We have the power. They want what you have, all right? And some people want what they have, which is the money, the billionaires with not the money. Money's not what they have. They have a bunch of fiat. Anyways, just because somebody has 80 billion in an account doesn't make them any better than you. All right? You're both on equal playing field. They want you to live in the illusion like they are above you. They're not. Right? And so when 300 something million people come together like a school of fish, we can eat the shark. But until the people wake up and realize that, we're just one fish waiting for the other fish to join in. And we're getting there.
Control, you need to listen to the founder of Stop Anti-Semitism, the same people who got me kicked out of TPUSA. Okay, so this is out of control. You need to listen to the founder of Stop Anti-Semitism, the same people who got me kicked out of TPUSA, say that anything that you say against Jews will follow you and terrorize you for the rest of your life.
After 10/7, the scale of threat and the urgency.
Now, as I play this, I want people to keep in mind, this is for the government employees. You can't say anything, or you will be held accountable. Do you hear me?
Of our mission changed dramatically overnight. Since that day, we have featured more than 1,000 anti-Semites on our platforms. 1,000. Not theorized about them, not quietly documented them, featured them publicly, clearly, and with evidence. The results speak for themselves. Approximately 400 of these Jew haters have faced real consequences, including firings, suspensions, and expulsions. More than 300 of them remain in an active investigatory state across universities, corporations, DEI departments, unions, hospitals, nonprofits, and yes, unfortunately, federal government agencies. And yes, 5 arrests to date tied directly to threats and violence of anti-Semitic conduct we helped expose. This is what accountability looks like. This is what action looks like. This is what pushing back hard looks like against the tidal wave of hate that has consumed the United States and global population. From our founding, Stop Anti-Semitism has operated on one guiding belief. Anti-Semitism thrives when there are no consequences. So we created consequences, a lot of them.
Oh,
We
awesome.
created visibility. We turned the spotlight towards those who targeted on our community, making silence impossible.
Oh, for anybody who says that it's a conspiracy theory that Jews are controlling the U.S. government, please explain to me why they are given free reign to terrorize and destroy the lives of American citizens on their own homeland for exercising their right to freedom of speech. You know, nobody has a problem with them for no reason at all. You know, it's not like they've been blowing up little babies in the Middle East for the last 2 years for everybody to see. No, that wouldn't be a reason at all why there's a rise in anti-Semitism. And you better not dare bring up the fact that their Talmud says that they can have sex with underage children. Because if you do that, that might
Oh,
be
hell no.
anti-Semitic. And then you'll find yourself blacklisted like me, and the hit pieces coming out about you that are on the front page of Google that they're loud and proud about, because we have a mafia, a Jewish mafia, running our government and running our country. And this is the tweet. This tweet right here: Zionist Jews controlling our planet are all pedophiles who have no regard for the sanctity of human life and purity. Read the Talmud and it'll all make more sense. Stop Anti-Semitism was upset about that and said, "We trust you'll be breaking your relationship with this vile anti-Semite TPUSA." 3 hours later, I was kicked out of the organization. So don't tell me that they're not controlling our media. Don't tell me that they're not controlling our political organizations in America. They're controlling our country, and they need to be stopped. God bless.
Who targeted on our community.
Explain to me why they are given free reign to terror on their own homes to, for no reason at up little East for the last 2 years for everybody to see. No, that wouldn't be a reason at all why there's a rise in anti-sex that they can
have sex with the kid. What does that say?
In the Talmud.
Hold on. Let me read that. I gotta see this. Because that explains why they want to lower the age of legal age of kids to 14. Let me see this. So they're trying to turn this into like what they have over there, right? Some pedophile haven for pedophiles, right? So the Talmud exposed. Did you know that the Talmud advocates for pedophilia and gives Jews permission to have homosexual, you know what, with children? It states a Jew may have sex with a child as long as the child is less than 9 years old. What? Is it? All right. Y'all can read the rest, the bottom one. I'm not going to read the rest. But you see it. That's probably why she didn't read it. It's really controversial.
have sex.
What? Oh, I wonder I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. All right, here's the next one.
By Israel, Donald Trump hosted a Hanukkah celebration this evening at the White House alongside Miriam Adelson, and the two of them got up on stage and started bragging about Miriam Adelson purchasing the presidency for Trump for $250 million, and then they started laughing and snickering about Donald Trump seeking an illegal third term for the presidency and Miriam Adelson dropping another $250 million to pay for that too. This guy is laughing in the faces of the American people. He is spitting in the faces of the American people as he sells our country out from underneath us alongside all of his buddies in the swamp that he was supposed to drain to a foreign subversive nation state and foreign subversive nationals like Miriam Adelson. Because he's owned by Israel, Donald Trump hosted a Hanukkah celebration this evening.
So that brings in Executive Order 13848, foreign interference in elections. Is that it? Right? So $250 million to Trump said he couldn't be bought. He wasn't taking any money. But apparently he's taken $250 million for So they're offering another $250 million to run in 2028. And Epstein's lawyer, Dershowitz, said Trump was good to go. Think about that.
No, even
Alan Dershowitz said that Trump should run another 4 years. This is Epstein's lawyer. Why is everyone on the Epstein list wanting Trump to run in 2028?
Steve Bannon said.
Steve Bannon said the same thing. Because Trump said they're after you and I'm in the way.
But Steve Bannon said because he has to finish what they started.
Which is what?
Right. Good question.
Which is what? What you start? Why is everybody on the Epstein files wanting Trump to run in 2020? Right. So, anyways, I wouldn't be taking advice from Epstein's lawyer, Trump, if I were you. It's the conflict of interest, ain't it? Isn't that the anthem? Conflict of interest?
That Wallace get there. Marjorie's for my bets before the big shot. Pelosi's gains climb and connect the dots. They legislate loudly but whisper the banks. We're left with the fallout, the cashing in banks. Trump's hotels ringing cash registers loud. Family deals hidden under the crowd. Luther and Bird with pandemics.
Yep, that's the jam. Conflict of interest. In the USA, it's the United States of APEC. No fucking way. Here's the 2028, Trump 2028 hats. It's coming up right here. These are the Trump 2028 hats. Get them while they're hot. What's up? Oh, let me put this over here. Conflict of interest. United States is APEC.
Consecutive presidencies. We thank you
That's
for
right.
everything.
That's where bad things happen.
6 years ago, I was up here, and I said, "This is our first Jewish president." Now he's the first Jewish president to serve two not consecutive presidencies. We thank you for everything.
That's where bad things happened on the second one. Namely, the election was rigged.
6 years ago, I was up here, and I said, "This is our first Jewish president."
All right, let's move on with it. I could go further into that, but we talked about that this morning. I'm going to leave it alone. So we're going to... Does anybody see Trump's on?
Is what's really going on, but I mainly do it for Donald Trump. So with that being said, I just want you to see that this is the neck of a woman. I'm a woman, okay? So my chromosomes are woman. I'm not saying that she's not a woman. That's not what I'm saying. This is a woman. She was born and assigned, probably, this is my opinion on the elite gender inversion. I've never spoken to her. I've never spoken to Trump. I would like to. I would like to find out. What's the story? It shouldn't be a secret. It shouldn't be this bad thing. I understand that I don't agree with changing your gender and stuff like that. That's not how I believe. But if that's what they want to do, they don't know any different. They probably look at us like we are strange because there's so many of them. There's so many of us. I'm not here to put anybody down. I want a full understanding of why. Tell me why. Let's all work together. Why can't we collectively get each other out of this mess? Why can't we all come together as one? Why does it have to always be a war, you guys? Why can't we all understand? Why can't we all be family? Why can't everybody have some money? Why does my family have to be broke when you guys are in the wrong gender doing this stuff to secure your bloodline, to secure your wealth? And you think I'm not fucking coming, bitch? You think I'm not coming for my brothers and sisters? So now you guys think a community guideline violation came from China? Any of my guideline violations, do you think China is in charge? You think Donald Trump doesn't wake up every fucking day and check my page if the bitch is even asleep? This is not for you. This is for him, her. She knows. She's watching me as I'm recording this. I don't even have to upload it. I'm getting mad. Now, hold on. I started this page 2 weeks ago, I think. I don't know. Last week. I don't know. I have so many pages. Now, people think a guideline violation. I'll tell you what that means. He don't want me talking about his wife. If you think that everything of a guideline makes it true for you, go to my page. These are all my pages. I'm doing this because I get a guideline violation with not one view on my page. I don't know who you are. I know who I am. I know I'm watched harder than anybody on the planet. So here you go. This is all the truth because I'm going to get violated the second it hits this TikTok platform. They're going to violate me if it's not 100% accurate. You see? Go find the truth. It's on my page. To the extent that I can't even, what's it called? How do you dispute it or whatever? It won't let me. He don't want me talking about his wife. The lies get so big. I didn't always used to be a wonderful person, okay? The lies get so big and you get so buried and you're so deep in it. No one knows what to do. Someone has to make a peace offering. I'll never stop. I'm never going to stop until I free all my brothers and sisters. You might as well get a hold of me. You might as well come up with a plan because I'll burn this motherfucker to the ground. Everything I do is to try to teach you guys what's really going on, but I may.
Conflict of interest. So everybody's waiting for the Epstein files. When are they coming out? Well, geez, I wonder why they're not. Right?
Yeah.
Shit, you tell me why they aren't coming out. But anyways, on to more important things like wars and shit like that, you know, blowing, wasting money on the military industrial complex. Why the people in America struggle to make ends meet day to day. 50 to 60, maybe 70% of the U.S. population is living paycheck to paycheck right now. And they're dangling carrots like, vote for me in 2028 and I'll give you $2,000. Bullshit, right? You know, so I'm grateful for all this stuff to be taking place the way it is, because now it's no longer just being done like it's no longer conspiracy theory, right? Oh, you're just, you know, it's being done right in our faces. All right.
Let me clear something up real quick. Nobody here is chosen. Not by God, not by destiny, not by some secret group. The only thing that separates us is choice. We chose to speak when it was easier to stay quiet. We chose to look when it was more comfortable to look away. And that choice came with a cost. For years, people like us were laughed at, shamed, isolated, called crazy, called unstable, called everything except honest. And most of us paid for it with relationships, reputations, peace of mind, sometimes our entire lives. So let me ask you something. Why would anyone willingly walk through that fire if they didn't care? Why would someone endure ridicule, judgment, and straight up abuse just to speak truth? It's not for attention. It's not for clout. It's not for followers. It's because we love humanity. Because once you see injustice clearly, you can't unsee it. Once you recognize harm, silence becomes complicity. We speak because somewhere out there is a person who feels crazy for noticing something's wrong. A person who knows the story doesn't add up. A person who feels alone in their curiosity. And maybe we never meet them. Maybe they never comment. Maybe they never say thank you, but the ripple still moves. This isn't about being right. It's about being responsible. Responsible with truth. Responsible with awareness. Responsible with the love we have for people we may never know. So if you're watching from the outside, feeling drawn to the message, questioning things quietly, you're not broken. You're not crazy. You're just awake enough to ask why. And that curiosity, that's where everything changes. Stay grounded. Stay honest. That's why we speak. I love y'all. 903 out.
Go give a follow on there. All right. Also, the last video I shared, go give her a follow.
Group has announced they will be targeting those who criticize Israel and actively try to ruin your life. This is the founder of that group, which is the biggest pro-Israel group in the world. While talking about the Australia attack, she now says that the group will do everything in its power to ruin your life online. Google will follow you for the rest of your life. When you look for a job, when you look for a spouse, when you look for a nanny, when you look for anything, our work will always be documented. Basically, all the work and evidence they compile on you will always be documented whenever you do anything.
I already played
If you're
that one
on
the
a
other
dating
night.
website trying to find a girlfriend, they're going to try to stop you. They're going to actively try to ruin all of our lives. She went on then to say this: anti-Semites learn sometimes for the very first time in their lives and history that targeting them will come at a price. Remember, this group classifies being anti-Israel as anti-Semitic. This billion-dollar foundation is now making its sole mission to ruining us.
Hey, knowledge is power. No fear.
I hereby revoke, retract, and reverse any and all agreements, contracts, or oaths that I've sworn to any person, place, thing, idea, or group outside of myself, knowingly, unknowingly, written, non-written, verbal, or non-verbal. They're all hereby null and void. So mote it be, and it is done. Abracadabra, I create what I speak. My name's Anthony Turner. I hereby revoke.
There you go, right? So go give Feed Mind YIMMORTAL a follow. That's on TikTok. Let's go to
You know what I think? Discuss amongst yourselves if you don't agree. You don't really have to burn me at the stake for not agreeing with me. But let me just throw out one idea, and I hope that the hungry dogs in the street have enough meat as not to come after me for thinking and speaking. I'm tired of it. But I have this to say as follows. And it's okay I say it because nobody lives the fucking thing I say, which is great. I'm tired of being monitored, and corrected and shit. Fuck it. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Trump, hear me when I say this. Trump is, in my opinion, the first woman president of the United States.
conflicts, adventure.
So this was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a few years back.
So it's kind of making more sense now.
Yeah. Oh, let me put this over here. Here we go. Bring this up. Hold up.
At some point, people will look at this body and say, maybe we should get rid of all 435 members of the House and all 100 members of the Senate and start over because Congress is literally failing the American people. At some point, people will look at this body and say, maybe we should get rid of all 435 members of the House and all 100 members of the Senate.
Here's some more crazy news. This is the same guy who literally begged Netanyahu for Israeli citizenship and said his entire purpose in his life is to defend the Jewish people. So here is some weird shit that took place.
Real. I don't know why I was born, but there is something about the state of Israel that connects deeply to me. To have the privilege to stand with.
Hey Nadine, did he take the 7K or the shekels? I think that's what it is.
He definitely did. He took a hell of a lot more than that.
Oh, he took a lot of shekels off.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Assholes.
To me, to have the privilege to stand with the Jew
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
is a tremendous honor spiritually.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
So I want to read a letter that I wrote that I am sending to the state of Israel.
He wrote a love letter to Netanyahu.
To Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the honorable officials at the state of Israel. In this moment, I have chosen to ask you for citizenship in the state of Israel. I have nothing to offer but my voice of support. And some might say that my support might be more valuable as an independent voice. And perhaps they're correct.
He's not an independent.
But my request for citizenship is not about words, it is about deeds. Why, one might wonder, would I want to embrace a heritage and identity that is so ruthlessly hunted down again and again? Yet it is precisely during such moments that we must choose to stand. I anticipate no privileges or exemption from the state of Israel. I instead yearn to align myself with those willing to rise, to fight, and sacrifice for the fundamental right to live. Is this not what both Israel and America embody? In closing, my desire
they like sacrifice, and they sacrifice Jesus, right?
for dual citizenship does not stem from any expectation of gain, but from a deep-rooted belief in standing with what is right and true. 10 years ago, I took my children to Israel for the first time, but we first visited Auschwitz in Poland. I told them, you cannot understand Israel without the Bible or Auschwitz. May Israel remain an eternal flame of hope, a beacon of resilience, and a testament to the enduring human spirit.
So the Schofield Bible.
So he wants to go over to Israel, right?
And you got to go see this. We're Auschwitz.
Yeah.
Right. Those go together, folks. That's what holds this whole thing together.
When you're getting 7,000 a time, you can afford to do that trip.
You can afford a badass white microphone with his initials on it.
I'm glad I can get kind of mad, giggle, and blow it off.
Look,
like for most
he's got
things.
the bolts. He's got the bolts on his name, folks. There's your symbolism. What does that tell you? It says that the fallen angels were fell like lightning. That's why they put the bolts on here. That's why the Nazis SS the bolts. He's got it on his microphone. G bolt.
Right.
See that?
The bolt, yeah, that's a symbol.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it. Uh-huh. I can see clearly now. The rain is coming. Yep. All right, we're gonna play a couple more things here, and then we're gonna bounce, go see what the heck Trump's got to say. Maybe we'll get off in some World War III shit.
That's what it sounded like. Yeah.
We'll see. All right, fingers crossed, right?
Right.
Should be interesting, especially after they had a little celebration last night for the world to see, right? $250 million being donated for the presidency. People are buying. This is all foreign interference in U.S. elections. This is the executive order that Trump signed in his first administration.
It's been going on.
So I think this is just being put out for us to all pick apart and see it for ourselves, because some can be told and others have to be shown.
That's right.
And others still will just want to act like they still got their heads buried in the sand, and that's okay. Right?
Some don't want to deny the truth, right? But it's going to be undeniable.
Right, they're saving Israel for last for a reason. All right.
Many things.
For many things.
That's going to be shocking. And they said even stuff was going to shock even almost everybody.
Yeah.
Even the truthers, the conspiracy, that's going to shock them.
I guess that's what the bolts are for, huh? There's going to be some shocking, some revelations, right? That's it. Let's get on out of here. Let's pray for the people that are being affected by these storms in the West Coast. All right.
Got anything, Glendia?
Anybody else got anything they want to speak?
No, I'll wait for you guys for the morning to talk about what happens tonight.
Yeah. We'll do that in the morning. For sure. It will be interesting that everyone's predicting it's going to be something about, or it's looking like it. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. Shabbat Shalom. Daddy's home. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Yeah,
Thank you.
have a fun night.
Click like and subscribe, and we will see y'all in
cheer
the
out.
morning. We're going to go check out, see what Trump's got to say tonight.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Welcome to the road. Troop Train 88 riding in. Red Cardinal Clan flying high. Family tribe worldwide. Are y'all ready to roll? We're logging on. Intro starts to play, then the voices rise. Everyday stories, no disguise. We're breaking the chains, we're calling it out. Talking about freedom, debunking the lies. Sharing truths where all the people meet. From the social media to the crowded streets. We're dropping the seeds, the truth we plant, we grow. Our voices are stronger than we'll ever know. From gravel roads to World Wide Web, always online. We're roaring together with our hearts aligned. Welcome to the war room where the tribe is alive. We're shining the light and spreading the fight. From every nation we're standing as one. Debunking the lies till the work is done.
We stand for free, we stand for the rights of everyone. We're taking back our rights. We're teaching freedom out loud. We're standing for the people and teaching the crowd. We made friends from afar. They know the plan. True trainer rolling all across this land with everyday life. We laugh, we cry. We keeping it real without all the lies. Yo, it's the war room, truth on blast. We're breaking down the past. Come see it at last. All the way from Texas to the Australian nights. We're talking about freedom. We're learning our rights. We don't follow fake news. We debunk them on sight. We're telling it straight right here tonight.
Welcome to the room where it all comes alive. We're shining the light. We're spreading the vibe. From every nation we're standing as one. Debunking the lies till the work is done. Roll call. This is our vibe. This is our song. Roaring forever. We're bold. We're strong. This is our vibe. This is our song. Roaring forever. We're bold. We're strong. Troop Train 88. Red Cardinal Clan. Family tribe worldwide. Welcome to the